Electroheads. We get a lot of comments on our channel and on Twitter and on Reddit from people who think they know a lot about electric cars but don't actually own one.
You know the types of comments, things like EVs will never work, it's impossible to find a charger, or that batteries will die after 3 years. That type of thing.
So look, we thought, why don't we do something we've never done before? We reached out to all of you lot via our community tab on Instagram, seeing if any of you would come out to meet us to talk about owning an electric car. What's it really like? Is it really doable? Are all these conceptions or misconceptions true or false? We're gonna find out more, and we're gonna take this ë-Berlingo on the journey with us, and we'll see how it does with range.
And our subscribers are all around the country. So if it's true that you can't find a charger or that EVs won't work, well, I guess we're just not going to get very far, are we? Maybe we'll end up on the side of the motorway. We'll have to find out.
All right, should we do this?
Let's do it.
Cool. Hold on, I thought I was driving.
When have I ever let you drive?
We decided to head up in the Citroen ë-Berlingo today due to its sheer practicality and comfort. It has plenty of room for me and Tish, 2 camera operators and all of our gear. The official 182-mile range also makes this a prime use case for the typical mileage available in the more affordable price bracket of EVs we see on our roads today. We've gone for the 5-seater, known as the M, but you can also opt for a 7-seater, the XL, which opens up to offer 4,000 litres and more than 3 metres of loading length. Trips to IKEA would be a doddle. Best of all, the 50 kilowatt-hour battery is modest but mighty, with an ability to rapid charge to 80% in as little as half an hour. If you're in need of an EV with space, practicality, and a huge scope for modularity, the ë-Berlingo is a solid contender, particularly at its price point starting at just over £30,000. It blows the competition out of the water. I want this video to be so goddamn shareable. I want this to be the source, the pool of knowledge that people come to and share to show that electric cars are, in fact, very livable, very, very easy to use. Well, hopefully easy to use. We'll see what people say.
It's got to be the video that you send to that person in the office whenever you mention an electric car that they say, oh, but what about this and what about that? This can be the video that you can send to them to shut them up.
Hey, shut up!
That classic one when you're just down the pub and somebody kind of earwigs on the job that you have and people go, oh, wait a minute, but what about this? I mean, for example, classic misconception, right? Electric cars, high sticker price, very expensive, no one can afford them.
Yeah, true. I mean, no one can argue that they do feel expensive at the moment. We have hopes that they're going to come more affordable, but at the end of the day, the sticker price sounds expensive, but are people buying cash for these cars? Not really. How many people do buy cars cash nowadays?
Exactly. And what about other ones like, how is the grid going to cope if everyone has an electric car?
How can I find a charger?
All the chargers are broken.
Yeah, and I think I've proven that even in rural Suffolk, there is more chargers than you even begin to think about. And then you guys are spoilt for choice in London. But we're not saying that it's not ready, but it's going to be fantastic to speak to people and find their experiences on these real life problems.
There is just a bunch of useful space in here, isn't there? Like, this shelf up here is absolutely genius. And there's just so much space here as well. Like, we've obviously got the entry-level ë-Berlingo, but I think you can pay a little bit more and get some more storage right down here, can't you?
And that's another benefit of having an EV is the fact that you don't have a transmission tunnel, and that means that you have a load of storage in between me and you.
And it's pretty quiet in here as well. Honestly, I think Citroen do really, really well with their seating. It's very comfortable. As a passenger, I could very easily nod off, but I wouldn't do that to you, because, you know, go team. How are you doing on range as well?
Yeah, really good actually. We're on 50 miles left to our destination, so we're halfway, and we had 150 miles when we left, and I've still got 120. So actually, we've only used 30 miles.
Bring on our first EV owner, let's go. Oh, we made it. 3 hours have absolutely flown by.
That really went super quickly.
And how much range have we got left?
We've got 50, which is pretty spot on to what the car said it would do.
That's so good. Okay, this is good. And we've got ourselves a fast charge as well.
Fab, so how much power does this one do?
What, the car?
The charger?
Oh, the charger, 150.
Okay, awesome. And we can charge up to 100 kilowatts. So as long as everything is working well, we should be back on the road with an 80% battery by like under half an hour.
That's perfect. And in the meantime, we can chat to our first EV owner. So, Jill, the cost of an EV, the sticker price, very high. Can I ask, how have you been able to get your car?
My first electric car was a second-hand one, and this was 4 years ago. So at that time, they were, I don't know, maybe £10,000, something like that. So I found a Nissan Leaf, 30 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf. And actually to purchase that, I took out a loan. Then I switched up to a Kia e-Niro, and I bought that on PCP because it breaks down into hopefully manageable monthly payments.
Exactly.
Which makes it easier, I think.
It's more like a few hundred per month, isn't it, rather than the £40,000 upfront cost.
Yeah, it really is. And then when you take into account all the costs involved in driving an electric car, that's when you really start to see the savings stack up. You know, we know that, you know, in terms of running costs, they're almost 50% lower, which is really great news.
Battery life. There's this huge belief that batteries are going to die 5 years into them owning an EV, and you're going to have to spend loads of money replacing this. Have you come across this issue in your time owning EVs? Are you worried about your e-Niro suddenly dying in a few years' time?
No, I'm really not.
Don't care.
I think we know so much more now about batteries and battery life. So now actually we know that these days all the electric cars on the market have really good battery management systems, and actually an electric car battery is going to outlast any internal combustion engine. So you would need to replace an engine before you'd ever need to replace an electric car battery.
And how was it when you first made the switch to electric? Because a lot of people say, oh, there's no gear stick, it's really boring. Would you agree?
No, I wouldn't agree. It's not boring at all. I really enjoy it, and everybody that I know who has had their first go in an electric car has come out with a big smile on their face.
What about long distance journeys? How far have you gone with your electric car before?
So actually, I think my longest journey was quite recently from Chester down to Bournemouth. So I knew I would have to charge just to be comfortable. Although my e-Niro would have enough range in theory, I'd never really want to let it get so low. I think that cost me something like £75, something like that. So it has got a bit more pricey, but I'd always go back to the fact that actually I do 99% of my charging at home overnight. And for me to fully charge at home off peak, it's less than £4 for 285 miles, which is so cheap.
Well, that was the lovely Jill. So I'm just going to ring our next EV owner. Let's see where he is.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm sat here eating a hot dog.
Amazing. Well, look, Paul, we're ready to meet up with you. We've actually got this location by a beautiful lake. I was wondering if I could send you the location and you can let me know if you can get there all right, and we can maybe meet up there when you're ready.
Yeah, that's quicker. I should be done in about 5 minutes here, so.
Brilliant. Well, look, I'll send you the location and you can let me know how it looks for you, and we'll go from there.
All right, brilliant. Thank you.
Awesome. See you soon. Bye. Let's do this.
Paul, it's no hidden fact that when it comes to electric vehicles, they are more expensive than their petrol and diesel counterparts. So if you don't mind me asking, how did you finance your electric cars?
Well, with the Leaf, I was lucky because I found a dealer that had a ex-demonstration Leaf. It had 3,000 miles on the clock, and they dropped the price to £16,000. So it was nearly half price, and we then part exchanged an old Volkswagen Golf in on the deal as well. So EVs, especially if you can charge at home, they present a lot of benefits. So I never go to the petrol station anymore, whereas I used to have to go to the petrol station, unload the car, get out, put the fuel in, go and pay, and then get back in, which if you can just jump out of the car and walk to the pump and to the till, it's easy, but it saves me a lot of time, and every time I lift this thing in and out of the car, I'm scratching something, and you know, it's a bit of extra effort. Now I get out of the car because I'm at home, and as I go past, I just plug it in. So it takes me seconds.
Yeah.
Next time I see the car, it's full up, like magic. So that's really convenient. And if you've got disabilities, some people also struggle with fatigue with driving. Well, modern EVs present a lot of clever driving aids just to take some of the wear and tear off the driver, I suppose. You know, that you haven't got the gears, you haven't got the clutch. You've got sort of lane assist things coming in, and eventually they're going to be fully autonomous. So all of these benefits that come along with EVs take the load off somebody with disabilities and actually make their life a lot easier.
Had a fantastic time. It's been a really enlightening day.
It really has. Can we do this more? I love just meeting up with subscribers and
sure.
talking to them. In fact, on that note, if you guys want to talk to us, let us know down in the comments. We could maybe come out and meet you. Have you got any EV myths that you've been able to debunk by owning an electric car yourself that we haven't talked about today? Let us know down in the comments, and we would love to hear from you and keep that conversation going.
For sure, and please let us know if you've enjoyed this format of video, because we've enjoyed it, but we want to know if you have as well. So let us know in the comments down below, and of course if you have, then let us know by a big thumbs up.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already for way more EV news and reviews from myself and Tish and all our other presenters. I said that really weirdly. We'll see you soon. Bye!